Alright guys, welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be talking about the Pulsar PCMK2. This is going to be a review. Pulsar did send this out to me, but it won't change my thoughts and opinions on the keyboard. But let's get into the box. So as you can see right here, it's a kind of a two-piece box. I'm not going to open it up. I have everything outside. You get a sticker in the box. You get a Pulsar keyboard cover. And then you get your black Type-C braided cable and a keycap and switch puller. The specs of this keyboard, it does support 8K polling rate with 6K scanning rate, but their new 60% I think has 32K scanning rate. This does support SOCD, quick tap, rapid trigger, and it does support hot swap as well, so you can swap to different types of Hall effect switches like Gateron J Pros, Gateron Rubies, Owl Labs TI, etc. In terms of the case, I'm just going to unplug this for a second. On the bottom right here, we have a black translucent case. We have dual stage feet. The Type-C, sorry about that, the Type-C port is not in the center, but it's still more towards the left side. This is an aluminum plate, and then we have no top plate right here. The switches on this design are exposed. I don't love this design. A lot of gaming companies do it. It doesn't look great. I'd much rather have a top plate, but whatever. It's not a huge deal. Let me just plug this in real quick. So then next we have double shot PBT keycaps. Let me just take one off right here. So as you can see, this is a double shot PBT keycap. So I just want to talk about for a second how we have the white ones here and full black. So Pulsar, I'm assuming, does this because of marketing, because these 8 keycaps will stand out. And I have no problem with this. I think they should do it and make their keyboards stand out. But it does ruin the overall all black aesthetic, or on the white keyboard, the all white aesthetic that people might go for and people might want. It just looks out of place. So I do think they should include some extra black keycaps in the box just so you can switch this out if you don't like it. But otherwise, these are decent quality keycaps. I had no issues with them. In terms of these switches, I want to just take one out real quick. Let's just get one out. So these are designed with Gateron. This is a blue switch right here, and we have its open bottom. So the problem with that is that these open bottom switches can leak lube over time and eventually won't sound as good. The overall sound profile is decent. I'll give a sound test at the end, but they currently sound pretty solid after this board was used a little over a week. So it's not a problem now, but in the future, because they are open bottom switches, this will sound worse. It would be nice if they use closed bottom switches. The thing is, with this sound profile, with this plastic case, closed bottom switches actually sound not great. So it's kind of a problem where you either have to trade off having a better sound profile or use open bottom switches and eventually have worse sound. So it's kind of something I feel like they need to fix. But the switch in this keyboard is a pretty light switch. It has 30 plus 7 grams of initial force. And then the switch feels really good in game. It feels really smooth. It's a solid switch apart from being open bottom. In terms of stem wobble, it's definitely existent. It didn't really bother me much in game. It's not great, but it's not the worst. In terms of typing feel when not gaming, the typing feel on this also feels pretty solid, nothing insane. I wouldn't say it feels like a mechanical keyboard. These stabilizers on here all feel and sound pretty good. A lot of times the left shift bothers me while gaming on certain keyboards. Didn't have an issue here. The performance in game feels really good. It feels super responsive. This is one of the most responsive feeling keyboards I've ever used. In terms of performance, I do know this beats the Wooting 60HE, and from what I've heard, take it with a grain of salt, this does tie up with the Wooting 80HE, so this is a super performance keyboard. The web software in terms of aesthetics does not look good, but who cares, because it's such a good web software. It has all the features it needs and it works fine. So it's not going to be your super aesthetic web software, but it works great. I want to just show you guys the RGB for a second. So this is on the highest setting. It is not super bright, but it is acceptable. I really don't care. I don't use RGB, but if you love RGB, this is not going to be your favorite type because it's not so bright. We do have an LED indicator here, but you can customize separately. As you can see, it's all white right now, and now this is this color. But you cannot change the brightness of the LED, which kind of bothers me because I like having it on, but I do think it's a little too bright, but it's not a big deal. You can take this indicator out and you can buy one with, let's say, your name on it for separately. Like, let's say your name is Jake or something. You can buy one that says Jake and then put it on here. It'll cost $5. The price of this keyboard is $160 shipped through Amazon. If you do buy it through Pulsar officially, you'll probably have to pay shipping. But so yeah, so this board for $160 is pretty solid. The Wooting is $200. If you do want to mod this keyboard, I would actually recommend going for a Wooting instead, because as I said, the overall sound profile isn't great if you're swapping switches. There's no way to get an aluminum plate on this. So this is a great keyboard if all you want to do is just plug in your keyboard, have great performance, great responsiveness, and never have to worry about it again. But otherwise, if you want that customizable experience, this is not for you. But I still think this is such a good keyboard and a good option. It just, there is some small improvements that do need to happen, like maybe have a top frame, find a way to make closed bottom switches sound better so you don't have to rely on open bottom ones. But otherwise, it's a solid board. I can definitely recommend it. And thanks Pulsar for sending it out, and thanks you guys for watching.